Community is the fuel that amplifies your impact and extends your reach. No great achievement happens in isolation. Every triumph, every breakthrough, every moment of brilliance is shaped by the people around you. When you harness the power of connection, you tap into a collective energy that propels you forward faster than you ever could alone. But this isn't just about surrounding yourself with supporters. It's about building a network of collaborators, believers, and challengers who push you to grow, hold you accountable, and celebrate your wins as if they were their own. Together, you create something far greater than the sum of its parts. Think about the relationships that have shaped your journey so far. The mentors who saw potential in you before you saw it in yourself. The peers who challenged you to rise higher. The friends who reminded you why you started when the path felt uncertain. These connections aren't coincidences, they're catalysts. They remind you that success isn't a solo endeavor. It's a shared mission. The more you invest in these relationships, the stronger they become, creating a foundation of trust and mutual growth. And here's the truth. The quality of your community reflects the depth of your commitment. If you show up fully for others, they'll show up fully for you. But building a powerful community starts with understanding your unique role within it. What do you bring to the table? What strengths, insights, or experiences set you apart? When you embrace your individuality, you offer something no one else can, a perspective that enriches the whole. Authenticity attracts authenticity, drawing like-minded individuals who resonate with your vision. Share your gifts generously, knowing that abundance grows when it's shared. The more value you provide, whether through knowledge, encouragement, or action, the more others will be inspired to contribute in return. This cycle of giving creates an ecosystem of empowerment where everyone thrives. Now, imagine combining this spirit of contribution with strategic collaboration. Collaboration isn't just about working together, it's about multiplying impact. When you align with others whose skills complement your own, you unlock possibilities neither of you could achieve alone. Seek out partnerships that challenge you to think bigger, stretch further, and dream bolder. Surround yourself with people who inspire excellence, not because they demand it, but because their presence raises the bar. In these environments, mediocrity has no place. Growth becomes inevitable, not because it's forced, but because it's contagious. And yet, community isn't just about what you gain, it's also about what you give. Leadership isn't measured by how many follow you, but by how many you lift up. When you pour into others, you create a legacy of empowerment that extends far beyond your immediate circle. Mentorship is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. By sharing your lessons, offering guidance, and believing in someone's potential, you spark a chain reaction of growth. The people you mentor will go on to mentor others, creating waves of positive change that ripple outward. Your impact doesn't end with you, it multiplies through them. Here's the transformative truth. Community transforms challenges into opportunities. When adversity strikes, leaning on your network turns obstacles into stepping stones. A problem shared becomes a problem solved. A burden lightened becomes a lesson learned. Together, you navigate uncertainty with resilience, finding solutions that would elude you alone. And in those moments of triumph, celebrating alongside others amplifies the joy, making victories feel even sweeter. There's power in unity, strength in solidarity, and beauty in shared purpose. Alone, you may run fast, but together, you can run far. As you deepen your connections, remember that community thrives on reciprocity. Relationships built solely on taking eventually crumble, but those rooted in mutual support endure. Show up consistently, not just when it benefits you, but when it matters to others. Celebrate their wins, lend a hand during their struggles, and listen without judgment when they need to be heard. These small acts of kindness compound over time, creating bonds that withstand the test of challenges. People don't forget those who stand by them, and loyalty is the foundation of lasting influence. But here's the liberating truth. Building a powerful community begins with how you treat yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. When you prioritize your well-being, you show up as your best self, bringing clarity, energy, and positivity to those around you. Boundaries are equally important. They protect your time, energy, and focus, ensuring that you're available for what truly matters. A healthy relationship with yourself sets the tone for all other relationships, creating a ripple effect of respect and balance. Lead by example, showing others that thriving isn't just possible, it's necessary. By now, you understand that community isn't passive, it's active. It's cultivated through generosity, collaboration, and consistency. You've learned how to leverage your unique strengths, build meaningful connections, and create systems of support that benefit everyone involved. These practices, woven together, create a web of influence that extends far beyond your immediate reach. But remember, community isn't static, it's dynamic. It evolves as you grow, reflecting the effort and intention you put into nurturing it. Stay committed, stay authentic, and watch as your network expands in ways you never imagined. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to sustain your momentum and amplify your legacy. Together, we'll explore how to turn your vision into reality, ensuring that your impact continues to grow exponentially long after you've taken the first step. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose presence inspires change, whose leadership transforms lives, and whose community leaves an indelible mark on the world. Are you ready to lead with purpose and leave a legacy that endures? Legacy isn't something you leave behind. It's something you build every single day. It's the culmination of your choices, actions, and the impact you create while you're here. Too often, people think of legacy as a distant concept, something to focus on later in life when achievements have piled up and time feels short. But the truth is, legacy begins now, in this moment, with the decisions you make and the energy you bring to the world. Every interaction, every effort, every act of courage or kindness contributes to the story you'll leave behind. Are you shaping that story intentionally, or are you letting it write itself? Think about the kind of mark you want to leave on the world, the values you want to embody, the lives you want to touch, the change you want to inspire. What do you stand for? What would you want people to say about you when you're no longer in the room? These questions aren't meant to overwhelm you, they're meant to guide you. They remind you that every choice matters, that even the smallest actions can ripple outward in ways you may never fully see. When you align your daily efforts with your long-term vision, you transform ordinary moments into extraordinary opportunities. Legacy isn't built in grand gestures, it's built in consistency. But creating a meaningful legacy requires clarity. You can't aim for a target you can't see. Take the time to define what success looks like for you. Not based on societal expectations or external validation, but on your own deeply held values and aspirations. Write it down, visualize it, make it so vivid that it becomes a guiding light, pulling you forward even when the path feels uncertain. This clarity not only fuels your motivation, but also ensures that your efforts are purposeful. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, distractions lose their power and challenges become stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Now imagine combining this clarity with relentless action. A vision without execution is just a dream. To turn your aspirations into reality, you must move consistently, deliberately, and with unwavering determination. Progress doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. It comes from seizing the imperfect ones. Start small if you must, but start today. Each step forward reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve what you've set out to do. Over time, these steps compound, creating momentum that carries you closer to your goals. Action turns possibility into inevitability. And yet, action alone isn't enough. Legacy demands intentionality in how you treat others along the way. The relationships you nurture, the support you offer, the encouragement you give, all of these shape the narrative of your life. People won't remember every detail of what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. When you lead with empathy, generosity, and respect, you create connections that endure. These bonds become part of your legacy, ensuring that your impact continues through the people you've inspired. Influence isn't measured by how many follow you. It's measured by how many rise because of you. Here's the transformative truth. Legacy amplifies when you empower others to carry the torch. Your reach expands exponentially when those around you take ownership of their own potential and contribute to the greater mission. Mentorship, collaboration, and shared purpose create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your individual efforts. Teach others not just what to do, but how to think, how to adapt, and how to persevere. Equip them with the tools they need to succeed and watch as they multiply your impact in ways you couldn't achieve alone. Leadership isn't about control, it's about empowerment. As you deepen your commitment to leaving a lasting legacy, remember that authenticity is non-negotiable. The most enduring legacies aren't built on perfection, they're built on truth. When you show up as your genuine self, flaws and all, you invite others to do the same. Vulnerability fosters connection, and connection fosters trust. Trust is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Be bold in your pursuit of excellence, but remain humble in acknowledging your humanity. Authenticity resonates in a way that pretense never can, leaving an indelible mark on everyone you encounter. But here's the liberating truth. You don't have to wait until someday to start building your legacy. Someday rarely comes unless you create it. Begin where you are, with what you have, and who you are right now. Legacy isn't reserved for those with titles, wealth, or fame. It's available to anyone willing to live with purpose and passion. Whether you're mentoring someone younger, solving problems in your community, or simply showing up fully in your relationships, you're contributing to something greater than yourself. Greatness isn't defined by scale. It's defined by significance. By now, you understand that legacy isn't passive, it's active. It's cultivated through clarity, action, and connection. You've learned how to align your daily efforts with your long-term vision, how to empower others to rise alongside you, and how to lead with authenticity and integrity. These practices, woven together, create a tapestry of impact that endures long after you've taken your final step. But remember, legacy isn't finite, it's infinite. There's always room to grow, to give more, to expand your influence in ways that honor both your potential and your purpose. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to sustain your momentum and amplify your impact even further. Together, we'll explore how to harness the full force of your potential, turning your disciplined efforts into a force that transforms not only your life, but the world around you. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose actions leave an indelible mark on history. Are you ready to claim your place among those who dared to dream boldly and act decisively? The full force of your potential isn't something you stumble into. It's something you unleash through deliberate, consistent action. Every moment you choose to move forward, every decision you make to align with your purpose brings you closer to the extraordinary life you're capable of creating. But unlocking this level of impact requires more than just effort. It demands a mindset shift, one that sees challenges as opportunities and setbacks as setups for comebacks. When you embrace this perspective, you stop merely surviving and start thriving, transforming not only your own trajectory but the world around you. Think about the untapped reservoirs within you, the ideas waiting to be brought to life, the talents yearning to be honed, the passions burning to be pursued. These aren't idle dreams, they're calls to action. Too often, people let fear or doubt keep these gifts buried, convincing themselves that someone else will do it better or that the timing isn't right. But here's the truth. The world needs what only you can offer. No one else has your unique combination of experiences, skills, and vision. When you step fully into your power, you fill a void that only you were meant to occupy. Waiting for permission or perfection is a disservice to yourself and to those who need what you have to give. Now, imagine channeling all of your energy, focus, and determination into becoming the best version of yourself. This isn't about comparison or competition, it's about contribution. When you commit to excellence, not for accolades, but because it reflects your values, you inspire others to do the same. Excellence is contagious. It raises standards, sparks innovation, and creates environments where greatness becomes the norm. But excellence doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of discipline, resilience, and an unrelenting pursuit of growth. Every day, ask yourself, am I bringing my absolute best to this moment? If the answer is yes, you're building momentum. If the answer is no, adjust course immediately. Mediocrity has no place in a legacy-driven life. And yet, unleashing your potential isn't just about pushing harder, it's about working smarter. Strategy amplifies effort. ensuring that your actions are aligned with your goals. Break down your vision into actionable steps, prioritizing tasks that yield the greatest impact. Eliminate distractions that drain your energy and dilute your focus. Surround yourself with tools, resources, and people who support your mission, creating a system that propels you forward rather than holding you back. Efficiency isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. When you operate with precision, progress accelerates exponentially. Here's the transformative truth. Unleashing your potential requires embracing discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones, it happens when you stretch beyond them. Each time you step into the unknown, you expand your capacity to handle more, achieve more, and become more. Fear will try to convince you to stay small, to play it safe, to avoid risk. But remember this, comfort breeds stagnation, while discomfort fuels transformation. The moments that scare you the most are often the ones that shape you the most. Lean into them. Trust that on the other side of fear lies freedom, a freedom to live boldly, authentically, and without limits. As you continue to push boundaries, remember that sustainability is key. Burning out serves no one, least of all yourself. True impact comes from maintaining balance, working hard while honoring your need for rest, recovery, and reflection. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. When you prioritize your well-being, you ensure that you're always operating at peak performance, ready to seize opportunities and overcome obstacles. Boundaries protect your energy, allowing you to pour into others without depleting yourself. A strong foundation enables you to reach higher, go further, and leave a deeper imprint. But here's the liberating truth. Unleashing your potential isn't a solo endeavor, it's a shared journey. The people around you play a critical role in helping you rise. Seek mentors who challenge you to think bigger, peers who push you to perform better, and supporters who remind you why you started when the path feels uncertain. Collaboration magnifies impact, turning individual efforts into collective triumphs. Share your wins, celebrate others' successes, and create a culture of mutual elevation. Together, you'll achieve far more than any one of you could alone. By now, you understand that unleashing your potential isn't passive, it's active. It's cultivated through discipline, strategy, and courage. You've learned how to lean into discomfort, work with intention, and surround yourself with people who amplify your strengths. These practices, woven together, create a force that transforms not only your life but the lives of everyone you touch. But remember, potential isn't static, it's dynamic. There's always room to grow, to innovate, to dream bigger. Stay hungry, stay humble, and above all, stay committed to the vision that drives you. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to sustain your momentum and ensure your impact continues to grow exponentially. Together, we'll explore how to turn fleeting inspiration into lasting change, creating systems and habits that anchor your success. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose actions redefine possibility and leave an indelible mark on the world. Are you ready to step fully into your power? Sustaining momentum isn't about chasing inspiration. It's about creating systems that turn fleeting motivation into lasting action. Inspiration is a spark, but systems are the fuel that keeps the fire burning. When you design your life around habits and routines that align with your goals, you remove the need for constant willpower. You stop relying on how you feel in the moment and start trusting the structures you've built to carry you forward. This is where true consistency lives, not in bursts of effort, but in the steady rhythm of daily discipline. Think about the most successful people you admire. Their achievements aren't accidents, they're the result of deliberate, repeatable actions. They've mastered the art of showing up day after day, even when the excitement fades or the results seem distant. They understand that progress isn't always glamorous, but it's always worth it. The same principles apply to you. Start by identifying the key behaviors that drive your success. Whether it's practicing a skill, nurturing relationships, or prioritizing self-care, and commit to doing them consistently. Over time, these small actions compound, creating massive shifts that would be impossible to achieve overnight. But building systems isn't just about repetition, it's about optimization. Reflect regularly on what's working and what's not. Are there tasks draining your energy without yielding meaningful results? Eliminate them. Are there areas where you can streamline or automate? Simplify them. Efficiency doesn't mean cutting corners. It means focusing your energy where it matters most. When you operate with intention, every action becomes purposeful, every effort maximized. This clarity amplifies your impact, allowing you to achieve more with less wasted motion. Now, imagine combining structure with adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and rigid systems can crumble under pressure. The key is to remain flexible while staying committed to your core objectives. If circumstances change, adjust your approach, but never lose sight of your ultimate vision. Resilience lies in this balance, the ability to pivot without losing momentum. Treat obstacles as feedback, using them to refine your strategies rather than derail your progress. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen both your systems and your resolve. Here's the transformative truth. Systems work because they create accountability, not to others, but to yourself. When you design routines that prioritize long-term growth over short-term gratification, you build integrity. You prove to yourself that you're someone who follows through, who honors commitments, and who refuses to settle for mediocrity. This self-trust becomes the foundation of unstoppable confidence, empowering you to tackle bigger challenges and dream bolder dreams. The more you rely on your systems, the less you rely on fleeting motivation. Discipline takes over where inspiration leaves off. As you deepen your commitment to sustainable momentum, remember that rest is part of the equation. Productivity without recovery leads to burnout, and burnout erodes everything you've worked so hard to build. Rest isn't laziness, it's recalibration. It gives your mind and body the space to recharge, reflect, and refocus. Schedule downtime as intentionally as you schedule work, knowing that periods of rest enhance creativity, sharpen focus, and sustain energy. A well-rested version of you is infinitely more capable than a depleted one. Protect your vitality as fiercely as you protect your vision. But here's the liberating truth. Sustaining momentum isn't just about individual effort. It's about community support. Even the strongest systems benefit from external reinforcement. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, celebrate your wins, and hold you accountable when you falter. Accountability partners amplify your commitment, ensuring that you stay on track even when motivation wanes. Share your goals with trusted allies, inviting their input and encouragement. Together, you'll create a network of shared accountability that elevates everyone involved. By now, you understand that momentum thrives on systems, adaptability, and balance. You've learned how to optimize your actions, embrace flexibility, and integrate rest into your routine. These practices, woven together, create a framework that sustains your progress and amplifies your impact. But remember, momentum isn't automatic, it's cultivated. It requires vigilance, effort, and a willingness to evolve. Stay disciplined, stay adaptable, and watch as your consistent efforts yield extraordinary results. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to amplify your influence and leave a legacy that endures. Together, we'll explore how to harness the power of connection, expand your reach, and ensure your impact continues to grow exponentially. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose actions inspire change, whose leadership transforms lives, and whose presence leaves an indelible mark on the world. Are you ready to claim your place among those who dare to dream boldly and act decisively? Influence isn't about control, it's about connection. The most impactful leaders don't demand attention. They earn it by creating meaningful relationships and inspiring others to rise alongside them. When you harness the power of connection, you unlock a level of influence that transcends authority or hierarchy. It's not about titles or positions. It's about trust, authenticity, and the ability to make people feel seen, heard, and valued. This is where your legacy takes root, in the hearts and minds of those you touch. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to leave a lasting impression, to spark change, and to amplify your impact far beyond what you could achieve alone. Think about the moments when someone truly listened to you, not just hearing your words, but understanding your emotions, your struggles, your dreams. How did it make you feel? Valued, important, understood. That's the kind of connection that transforms relationships and drives influence. When you listen deeply, without judgment or distraction, you create a safe space for others to open up, share their ideas, and unleash their potential. Listening isn't passive. It's active, intentional, and powerful. It's the foundation of trust, and trust is the currency of influence. Without it, even the best intentions fall flat. Now, imagine combining this deep listening with clear, compelling communication. Words have weight. They can inspire action or sow doubt, build bridges, or create barriers. Speak with purpose, choosing language that uplifts rather than diminishes, that challenges rather than criticizes. Frame feedback as an opportunity for growth, not a critique of character. Celebrate progress no matter how small, because recognition fuels motivation. When you communicate with empathy and clarity, you foster collaboration, ignite passion, and empower others to contribute their best selves. Your voice becomes a catalyst for change, shaping not only outcomes but also mindsets. And yet, true influence extends beyond words. It's embodied in actions. People don't follow what you say, they follow what you do. Consistency between your message and your behavior builds credibility. Show up fully, lead by example, and demonstrate the values you want to instill in others. Whether it's showing resilience during tough times, staying humble in moments of success, or extending grace when mistakes are made, your actions send a louder message than any speech ever could. Authenticity amplifies influence because it invites others to trust not just what you're saying, but who you are. Here's the transformative truth. Influence grows when you empower others to shine. Leadership isn't about being at the center. It's about creating space for others to step into their own greatness. When you celebrate someone else's success as if it were your own, you create a culture of mutual elevation. Mentorship, encouragement, and shared purpose multiply your reach, ensuring that your impact endures long after you've taken the first step. The more you lift others, the higher everyone rises, including you. Influence isn't diminished by sharing, it's magnified. As you deepen your commitment to expanding your influence, remember that vulnerability strengthens connection. Authenticity humanizes you, reminding others that greatness isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Share your story, including the challenges and lessons learned along the way. Let others see the real you, the triumphs and the setbacks, because it gives them permission to embrace their own journey. Vulnerability fosters trust, and trust fosters loyalty. When people know you're genuine, they're more likely to invest in the vision you're building together. Connection thrives on transparency. But here's the liberating truth. Expanding your influence isn't about reaching everyone. It's about reaching the right people. Not every audience will resonate with your message, and that's okay. Focus on those who align with your values, who are inspired by your mission, and who will champion your cause alongside you. Depth matters more than breadth. Building strong, authentic connections with a smaller group creates ripples that extend outward, impacting countless others indirectly. Quality trumps quantity every time. Surround yourself with believers, collaborators, and advocates who amplify your efforts and carry your vision forward. By now, you understand that influence isn't passive, it's active. It's cultivated through trust, communication, and empowerment. You've learned how to connect deeply, speak intentionally, and act authentically. These practices, woven together, create a force that inspires others to dream bigger, work harder, and strive further. But remember, influence isn't finite, it's infinite. There's always room to grow, to connect with new people, and to expand your reach in ways that honor both your purpose and your potential. Stay committed, stay authentic, and watch as your circle of impact continues to widen. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to ensure your influence leaves a legacy that endures. Together, we'll explore how to turn fleeting moments of inspiration into lasting systems of change, embedding your values and vision into the fabric of the communities you build. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose presence shapes the world, whose leadership transforms lives, and whose impact echoes through generations. Are you ready to claim your place among those who dare to lead boldly and live fully? Legacy isn't built in a single moment. It's woven into the fabric of consistent, intentional actions that echo far beyond your immediate reach. When you embed your values and vision into the systems, relationships, and communities you create, you ensure that your influence endures long after you've moved on. This is where fleeting inspiration transforms into lasting change, where your efforts become foundations upon which others can build, grow, and thrive. The question isn't whether you'll leave a mark, it's whether that mark will reflect the depth of your purpose and the height of your aspirations. Think about the structures you're building right now, the habits, routines, and practices that define how you show up every day. Are they aligned with the legacy you want to leave? Do they empower others to carry forward what you've started? Systems are more than tools for efficiency. They're vehicles for sustainability. When you design processes that prioritize growth, collaboration, and contribution, you create pathways for impact that don't rely solely on your presence. These systems outlive moments of uncertainty, providing stability and direction even when challenges arise. They turn individual brilliance into collective progress, ensuring that momentum continues regardless of external circumstances. Now, imagine combining these systems with shared ownership. True legacy happens when others take responsibility for carrying the torch. Empower those around you to lead, innovate, and contribute their unique strengths to the mission. Mentorship becomes a cornerstone of this process, not just teaching skills, but instilling confidence, curiosity, and resilience. Show them not only what to do, but why it matters. Help them see themselves as stewards of the vision, capable of shaping its future. When people feel invested in something larger than themselves, they rise to meet the occasion, often exceeding expectations in ways you couldn't have predicted. And yet, embedding legacy requires more than delegation. It demands alignment. Every decision you make should reinforce the values at the heart of your mission. Integrity, empathy, perseverance. These aren't abstract ideals, they're principles that guide action. When your behavior consistently reflects your beliefs, you set a standard that others naturally emulate. Over time, these values become ingrained in the culture you create, shaping how people interact, solve problems, and pursue goals. Culture outlasts individuals, carrying your legacy forward through the attitudes and actions of those who remain. Here's the transformative truth. Legacy isn't just about what you accomplish, it's about how you inspire others to continue the work. The most enduring legacies are those that spark movements, igniting passion in others to pick up the mantle and push boundaries further than you ever could alone. To achieve this, focus on creating environments where creativity flourishes, where diverse perspectives are celebrated, and where failure is reframed as feedback. Encourage risk-taking, experimentation, and bold thinking. When people feel safe to explore without fear of judgment, innovation thrives, and so does your impact. As you deepen your commitment to leaving a lasting legacy, remember that adaptability ensures longevity. The world evolves rapidly, and rigid frameworks can crumble under the weight of change. Build flexibility into your systems, allowing them to grow and shift alongside new challenges and opportunities. Stay attuned to the needs of those you serve, adjusting strategies to meet them where they are. Legacy isn't static, it's dynamic, shaped by continuous learning and evolution. Those who endure are those who embrace transformation while staying true to their core purpose. But here's the liberating truth. Leaving a legacy doesn't require perfection. It requires authenticity. People connect with realness, not polish. Share your journey openly, including the lessons learned from failures, missteps, and detours. Let your humanity shine through, reminding others that greatness isn't about flawlessness. It's about courage. Authenticity fosters connection, and connection fosters loyalty. When people trust your sincerity, they're more likely to champion your cause and perpetuate your vision. Your story becomes a blueprint for theirs, inspiring them to forge their own paths with grit and grace. By now, you understand that legacy isn't passive, it's active. It's cultivated through systems, shared ownership, and unwavering alignment with your values. You've learned how to design environments that nurture growth, encourage innovation, and sustain momentum. These practices, woven together, create an ecosystem where your influence extends far beyond your direct involvement. But remember, legacy isn't confined to achievements. It's reflected in the lives you touch and the ripple effects you create. Stay intentional, stay connected, and watch as your efforts transform into a force that shapes generations. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to amplify your impact even further, turning your vision into reality in ways that defy limits and redefine possibility. Together, we'll explore how to harness the full power of your potential, ensuring that your legacy becomes a beacon of hope, inspiration, and change for all who follow. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose life leaves an indelible imprint on history. Are you ready to step fully into your destiny? Turning your vision into reality isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating it piece by piece with relentless determination and unshakable belief. The gap between where you are now and where you want to be can feel vast, but here's the truth: every step forward narrows that distance. Progress is built in increments, not leaps, and each small victory compounds over time, transforming what once seemed impossible into inevitable. This is where possibility meets action, the intersection of ambition and effort that defines greatness. Think about the clarity you've cultivated so far, the values, goals, and systems that guide your journey. These aren't just ideas, they're blueprints for transformation. But a blueprint without execution remains an unfinished dream. To bring your vision to life, you must act with precision and purpose. Start by breaking down your ultimate goal into manageable milestones. Each milestone becomes a checkpoint, a tangible marker of progress that keeps you grounded in the present while propelling you toward the future. Celebrate these wins, no matter how small, because they remind you that momentum is on your side. Every completed task is proof that you're capable of more than you imagined. Now, imagine combining this clarity with unwavering resilience. Challenges will arise, moments of doubt, moments of fatigue, times when the path feels uncertain or steep. But remember this: obstacles don't define you, your response to them does. When you encounter resistance, lean into it. Treat setbacks as feedback, using them to refine your approach rather than derail your progress. Perseverance isn't blind stubbornness. It's strategic adaptability. Adjust your methods, recalibrate your focus, but never abandon your mission. The harder you push through adversity, the stronger your resolve becomes, and the closer you get to realizing your vision. And yet, achieving extraordinary results requires more than grit. It demands innovation. Don't settle for conventional thinking or outdated approaches. Push boundaries, challenge assumptions, and seek creative solutions to problems that stand in your way. Innovation thrives in environments where curiosity is encouraged and failure is reframed as learning. Ask yourself, what if I tried something different? What if I looked at this from another angle? Breakthroughs often come from questioning the status quo and daring to explore uncharted territory. When you embrace a mindset of experimentation, you unlock possibilities that others overlook. Here's the transformative truth: turning your vision into reality requires alignment, not just within yourself, but also with those who share your mission. Collaboration amplifies impact, turning individual efforts into collective triumphs. Surround yourself with people who believe in your vision as deeply as you do, who bring diverse perspectives and complementary skills to the table. Together, you'll achieve far more than any one of you could alone. Shared ownership creates shared success, ensuring that your vision grows beyond personal limitations. When everyone contributes their best, the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. As you deepen your commitment to making your vision real, remember that focus is your greatest ally. Distractions will pull at your attention, tempting you to stray from the path. Protect your energy by eliminating anything that doesn't serve your purpose. Say no to tasks, relationships, and habits that drain your resources without adding value. Prioritize ruthlessly, knowing that every choice either moves you closer to your goal or takes you further away. Focus sharpens your actions, magnifying their impact and accelerating your progress. Clarity of mind breeds clarity of results. But here's the liberating truth: progress isn't linear, and perfection isn't required. There will be days when forward motion feels slow, even non-existent. That's okay. Growth happens in cycles, periods of intense effort followed by phases of rest and reflection. Both are essential. Rest isn't regression, it's preparation. It gives your mind and body the space to recharge, refocus, and return stronger than before. Trust the process, knowing that consistency over time yields exponential results. Even the smallest steps taken daily accumulate into monumental achievements. By now, you understand that turning your vision into reality isn't passive, it's active. It's cultivated through discipline, resilience, and collaboration. You've learned how to break big dreams into achievable steps, how to persevere through challenges, and how to innovate relentlessly. These practices, woven together, create a force that transforms potential into progress. But remember, vision isn't static, it's dynamic. Stay open to evolution, adjusting your course as needed while staying true to your core purpose. Flexibility ensures longevity, allowing your vision to adapt and thrive in changing circumstances. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to sustain your momentum and amplify your impact even further. Together, we'll explore how to harness the full power of your presence, influence, and legacy, ensuring that your vision not only becomes reality, but leaves an indelible mark on the world. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose actions redefine possibility and inspire others to dream boldly and live fully. Are you ready to claim your place among those who dare to turn dreams into destiny? Sustaining momentum isn't just about moving forward. It's about creating an unbreakable rhythm that keeps you aligned with your purpose, no matter the obstacles or distractions. Momentum thrives on consistency, but it also demands intentionality. When you commit to showing up every day, not perfectly but persistently, you build a force that propels you beyond limitations. The key is to stay anchored in your vision while remaining adaptable to life's twists and turns. Progress doesn't stop when challenges arise, it evolves. And the more you embrace this mindset, the more unstoppable you become. Think about the energy you bring to each moment, the way you choose to step into your day with focus, determination, and clarity. Energy is contagious, and when you radiate purpose, others can't help but feel inspired by your presence. But this energy doesn't come from external validation or fleeting motivation. It comes from within. It's fueled by the belief that what you're doing matters, that every action contributes to something greater than yourself. Tap into that reservoir daily, reminding yourself why you started and how far you've already come. Gratitude for your progress amplifies your drive, keeping you grounded yet hungry for more. Now, imagine combining this internal fire with strategic discipline. Discipline ensures that your efforts are directed toward what truly matters, eliminating waste and maximizing impact. Every task you take on should pass one simple test. Does it move you closer to your ultimate goal? If not, let it go. Ruthless prioritization protects your time and energy, allowing you to pour everything you have into what counts. This level of focus creates exponential results, turning small actions into massive achievements over time. Remember, success isn't about doing more, it's about doing what moves the needle. And yet, sustaining momentum requires more than effort. It demands resilience. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward with greater strength and wisdom. When setbacks occur, and they will, reframe them as opportunities to grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to sharpen my approach? Each challenge becomes a teacher, equipping you with tools to navigate future hurdles. Over time, these lessons compound, transforming adversity into advantage. Resilience turns obstacles into stepping stones, ensuring that nothing stands between you and your vision. Here's the transformative truth. Momentum grows when you surround yourself with people who amplify your energy and share your commitment. Isolation breeds stagnation, but connection fuels acceleration. Build a network of individuals who push you to rise higher, challenge your limits, and celebrate your wins. These relationships create accountability, ensuring that you stay on track even when motivation wanes. Share your journey openly, inviting collaboration and support. Together, you'll create a culture of mutual elevation where everyone thrives because everyone contributes. Collective momentum is unstoppable. As you deepen your dedication to sustained growth, remember that rest is a non-negotiable part of the equation. Productivity without recovery leads to burnout, and burnout erodes everything you've worked so hard to build. Rest isn't laziness, it's recalibration. It restores your mental sharpness, emotional balance, and physical vitality, enabling you to operate at peak performance. Schedule downtime as intentionally as you schedule work. knowing that periods of stillness enhance creativity, insight, and endurance. A well-rested version of you is infinitely more capable than a depleted one. Protect your energy fiercely. But here's the liberating truth: sustaining momentum isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. There will be days when you fall short, when doubt creeps in, or when fatigue weighs heavy. That's human. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is the decision to keep going anyway. Progress doesn't require flawless execution, it requires relentless effort. Show up imperfectly, knowing that imperfection is part of the process. Confidence isn't built through avoiding failure, it's built through overcoming it. Each time you rise after falling, you prove to yourself that you're capable of far more than you imagined. By now, you understand that momentum isn't passive, it's active. It's cultivated through discipline, resilience, and connection. You've learned how to prioritize ruthlessly, adapt strategically, and lean on others for support. These practices, woven together, create a foundation strong enough to withstand any storm. But remember, momentum isn't automatic, it's intentional. It requires vigilance, effort, and a willingness to evolve. Stay disciplined, stay adaptable, and watch as your consistent efforts yield extraordinary results. Your vision isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Stay with me, because what comes next will equip you with strategies to expand your reach and ensure your impact continues to grow exponentially. Together, we'll explore how to harness the full power of your influence, leaving a legacy that inspires change and transforms lives. This is your moment to rise, to become someone whose actions redefine possibility and leave an indelible mark on the world. Are you ready to claim your place among those who dare to dream boldly and act decisively?